Who was God? This is Christianity on the Bottom Shelf. I'm Robert McKay. And being Christianity on the bottom shelf, putting the cookies on the bottom shelf so everybody can reach them, and doing it in short videos by design, at least in these early stages of the channel. With all that, it's impossible to give a complete and exhaustive statement of who God is and what God is. But I'm going to at least give the basic outlines. First, God is not imaginary. He's not Sauron from Lord of the Rings. He's not Odin or Zeus or Apollo from Norse and Germanic and Roman and Greek mythology. He's very real. The evidence of the whole world around us demonstrates that. If I have allergies, I'm sorry. If you just do this, you are looking at proof that God exists. Can this come about without a mind, without a hand to create it? The computer on which I'm recording this video required a mind to design it and a hand to make it, and it is less complex than your mind and your hand. So God then is real, and He is the creator. Now, as the creator, that makes Him the owner. That which you make belongs to you. If you build a chair, you have the tools, you have the wood, you do whatever it takes, you put it together, you build a chair. That chair then belongs to you. If you want to sit in it, that's fine. If you want to sell it, you have that right. If you want to smash it to kindling and burn it, it's your chair. You can do what you please with it. If God exists and created us, and He does, and He did, then He has the right to make the rules for us, to do with us as He pleases. And that is where we get into what sin is. God has said, you shall do certain things, you shall not do certain things, essentially taking a whole bunch of things He said and wrapping them up into one ball. He has said, you shall conform to my just and holy and righteous character, or you will pay the price. He has the right to say that. He has the right then to punish us if we do not comply, and He has the right to reward us if we do. He has chosen to save some. And He has the right to make that choice. He has the right to set the conditions upon which He will save us. And He has said, believe on the Lord Jesus and you will be saved. He has the right to make that the condition of salvation. He has the right to say that anyone who tries any other way of salvation shall not be saved. And that's something that I think we need to understand. Here in the United States, everybody cries about my rights. We have people saying they have a right to this and that, things that nobody ever thought of being a right until the past few years. We have people still whining and crying over the Dobbs decision when all that the Supreme Court did was go by the United States Constitution and say, this is not a federal matter, the states should decide. Although I must admit that morally, the Supreme Court was right, because to kill a human being, born or unborn, who has committed no crime and do it in deliberate cold blood is murder. And if I were a governor, I would tell all the law enforcement agencies under my control, you will prosecute abortion as murder. But I'm not in that position, and I can't give that order. But we're concerned about rights. God has supreme rights. And perhaps that is the most important thing about him. He exists, he creates, he has rights, and he is the ruler because of all this. He has the right to tell us what to do. And if we don't do it, it's on our heads. If we refuse to obey the one who has the right to command us, we cannot complain about the consequences. So if you're wondering who God is, well, the first thing you should do is take up the Bible and read what it says. Augustine, some people call him Augustine. Whoever heard of St. Augustine, Florida, right? Now, in Spanish, yes, San Agustin. But we're speaking English and American English. Augustine said that he heard a voice of a child playing or something saying, take up and read, and he opened the Bible and read, and that was the mechanism of his conversion. If you want to know who God is, read the Bible. That's where he reveals himself. It's not about the end times. It's not about rules and regulations. It's God revealing himself. And that's how you really learn about God. We're already in 6 minutes of this video, and I'm trying to keep them short, so I'm going to have to cut it off there.